Hi, my name is Pamela Quinn. Welcome to my new YouTube channel from my home studio. So you're actually in my living room, and this is super fun for me because ever since we got this house, I've wanted to turn this into a yoga studio. It's kind of perfect. I hope this is finding everybody well today. It is what, March 24th, happy full moon. I've kind of already picked a theme for the class, which really aligns with the energies of the moon. And we like to shuffle the cards though. So we'll see if the cards, which are today tarot cards, this is the deck that I always work with. Oh, we'll see. Oh, well, it doesn't exactly match the one that jumped out. So it's the Seven of Swords, and it's victory. So I think that actually does agree with the new moon energy. So it is victory. It's a victory at great cost. So that can let all of us know that we're actually doing the right things. We're moving in the right direction, and we're kind of in it for the long haul. You know, if you can see him, which you can't, it's the guy who's carrying a bunch of swords very heavily. So clearly he won. All right. A few questions people have had, you know, if you're having any situations with the video streaming or anything like that, Chrome is the best browser for you. So you might want to download Chrome, YouTube, Google Chrome. It's all interconnected. I think it's all owned basically by Google. So that's the browser that you want to be on. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by lying down on our backs. And we will just simply bring our arms by our sides, palms up, bend your knees, place your feet hip-width distance apart, and go ahead and take the time to lift up your toes and scrunch them and unscrunch them. And then just take a moment to maybe take your mouth like super wide and just like make some faces. Scrunch up your eyes, scrunch up your fists, get real tight, and then let everything go. Move your jawline left and right. And just notice you're carrying a lot of tension, unresolved on your face. And then I want you to soften through your shoulders next, and then let the front of the body, the chest, soften, and the shoulders will start to roll back a little bit. Soften your jaw by placing your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and you'll feel the skin on your face adjust as well. And then soften your throat. And then let's go back to those shoulders again. And the rib cage. And the sacrum, that flat space on the base of the spine. And finally, your hips. And now notice how you're breathing. Probably already your breath started to relax a little bit, but let's relax that further by placing our attention on our belly button. And let that be the only thing that moves. So as you inhale, let the belly button push up, diaphragm's pulling down on the lungs. And then the air waves up into the lungs and out through the shoulders. And let's keep doing that, breathing in through the nose. Air waves into the lungs. If you need to sigh out through the mouth to let some tension go, please do. And even audible, let it all go. And see if you can't let the breath come in evenly through both nostrils. So just intend for that to happen. Notice you're still carrying some tension, some energy in your hips and your thighs and your knees. Go ahead and soften through all of that. And even taking your knees a little bit, rocking them left and right. But not too far, just a little bit. A little micro movement. Another big breath in, another sigh out, and just long, deep breathe and start to notice the quality of your mind today. What is it that you're dwelling upon? In astrology, we always say that new moons are exciting new times, great beginnings. But right now, for the times we are living in, I think the messaging is just a little bit different, possibly. I want you to drop into your heart center, acknowledge that maybe you've been stressed, you've been fearful when the future is uncertain, when our daily schedules are disrupted, we do drop into fear, and that's been okay. That's been normal. That's been our last month, at least 2 weeks. But now that's not okay anymore. Now we are confined. Now we are home with our families. And now it's time to intimately reconnect with our best self, our higher self, and start to seek, search, be curious about the ones we live with, looking for the best in them as well, knowing that each and every person, regardless of status, belief, race, religion, we're all doing our best. And that's the yogi way. To know that everyone's doing their best, to honor where each person is as an individual, and to simply lead by example, to be the change you wish to see in the world. Beautiful. Let's bring our arms above our heads and let the backs of the hands rest on the earth, and just soften your shoulders for a moment. Reconnect with that breath. Inhaling, maybe slowing the inhale, slowing the exhale, making the exhale even longer than the inhale. I really go away. Beautiful. Now, as you inhale, we're going to start to roll the hips up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly roll down, rolling through the tailbone. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, rolling down. It's a little modified bridge, just massaging the spine. Inhale, slowly lifting the hips all the way up. Exhale, rolling down. And now maybe you want to get your arms involved in this. Yes, you're inhaling, lifting the hips up. And now as you're exhaling, bring the arms down as the hips roll down. Inhale, rising up. And exhaling. I have to tell you, it was kind of fun to turn the living room into a yoga studio. And this is such a great opportunity for maybe you to find somewhere in your own home to set up your meditation space. Obviously, the middle of the living room probably isn't the best. You'll be interrupted by other humans and dogs and such. But you might have a spare bedroom, place in your lower level. Go ahead and just release all that. And now bring your knees into your chest. Keep your toes connected, your knees connected. We're going to draw some small circles on the sky. Softening the shoulder. That tongue is still pressed to the roof of the mouth. And then take those knees in the other direction. And then come to stillness. Big toes stay together, one hand on each knee. Start to pull the knees out and away from each other like you're treading water. And again, we're just drawing some circles on the sky. And just keep breathing. And then taking your knees in the other direction. And think about your hip joint, that socket, the largest joint. It's where a lot of our, what we call alma, toxicity, gets stored in the joints. And so we want to move, we want to lubricate to move the ama, I call it ama-ick, undigested food, particles and thoughts. Beautiful. Let's come to stillness. Bring your arms into a T, palms are down. Let your knees align with your hips, maybe flex your feet. Just take your knees over to the left, head can go to the right. And just breathe. Maybe possibly sliding that right hand up a little bit. Softening through your neck and deepening the breath. And then noticing the mind, of course, is thinking as it always does. Directed thinking is good. So maybe thinking about what it means to be your best self? Can you monitor all of your thoughts and take them to a higher level? And even you might be getting annoyed with your family. What is best about them? Look for that. Be curious. Beautiful. Let's inhale back through center. Take it over to the right. Gaze to the left. And again, we're just going to keep breathing in and out. And let's inhale back through center. We're going to come to seated however you wish. You can rock and roll the length of the spine or roll to your right. Push yourself to seated. And let's just pause here for a moment. Close your eyes. Big breath in. Sweet sigh out. Soften your toes again. Hands to the knees, Sufi grind. Inhaling, heart comes forward. Exhaling, rounding through that spine. You can close your eyes, cross them, draw them up to third eye center, Ajna chakra. Beautiful. And then we're just going to take that in the other direction. This is Marley, my lovely dog. Marley, you have to go. Beautiful. Let's come back through center. We're going to inhale, lift the arms. Now soften the shoulders, flip the palms, look up. And let's soften through the hip bones again and deepen the breath. Inhaling, belly's filling, softening, and exhale. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, take the right hand to the left knee, sweet twist. And place your attention on your organs of digestion and soften the spaces between. Send the breath there. Maybe if you're having tension, stress, your neck is sore, you can inhale and exhale, moving the head side to side. Go ahead and bring your gaze to the front of your room. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, take your left hand to your right knee. Again, we're going to inhale and up. Exhale, looking left and right. Maybe you're thinking about what it means to be your best self. You know, think of some of the qualities of your soul. Like, who are you when you're happiest? What would your family say about you when you are in that divine flow? Beautiful. Go ahead and let the gaze come forward. First, inhale, reach up again. And then let's bring our hands beside us. Walk them out a little bit, the fingertips, and just exhale, roll the chin down. One big breath in, one sweet sigh out. Soften your toes. Picturing yourself sitting in a triangle, a symbol of power, of strength. Maybe thinking of a moment when you were most proud of yourself, where you just, dang, you just showed up, didn't you? What was that like? Beautiful. Inhale, reach up again. And then exhale, bring your hands to the earth in front of you. And we're going to come into that tabletop position, making sure our fingers are spread wide like starfish. Inner eyes of the elbows are looking at each other. So bend a little bit in the elbows. Let's make sure we don't hyperextend. When you hyperextend, your arms look like this, and the inner eyes of the elbows are pointing that way. It feels strong, I understand, because you're collapsing into your bones, which are strong, but we're building muscular strength. So keep that way. Bring the knees back a little bit, curl the toes. We're going to drop the belly as we inhale, rock forward. Exhale, round through the spine. Draw the tailbone towards the heels. Just move as you wish here. You can close your eyes, cross them, drawing up to the third eye center. And maybe you found one of those moments in your life. Now you can make an affirmation out of it. Maybe you showed up joyful. sparkly. Maybe you showed up strong, decisive. Just start to say to yourself, instead of thinking thoughts, I am strong. I am strong. And let that thought match your breath. Inhaling, I am strong. Exhaling, I am. Of course, you're filling in the blank. Lovely. Let's come to a neutral tabletop. We're going to lift the knees to hover just for a moment, looking at the mat, not hyperextending the elbows, pulling the tailbone back, looking at the hands, crouching cat. Keep breathing. And then we'll take our tailbone up to the sky for Marley's favorite pose, down dog. Bend the knees a little bit, push the tailbone higher, and looking at the knees, and just keep breathing. As you're exhaling, start to be a little dramatic, pulling your navel to the back of your spine, pulling it in, and up. Watching yoga videos at home is so much different than in a classroom setting. Please try to watch the screen as little as possible and really just listen to the teacher's words. Otherwise, you're going to get sucked into other things. Streaming on Facebook Live right now or whatever on YouTube is difficult too, just because so many people are online right now. So sometimes things will pause, but the words will keep going. Beautiful. Let's rotate our shoulders over our wrists. Let's come into a plank position. Notice if your bum is up high or your hips are down low, life has gotten easy. Bring it right back to the middle where life is not so easy, building strength in this pose in the shoulders. Just keep breathing. Take an exhale as we place the knees, chest and chin to the earth. Come into Sphinx pose. So slide your elbows directly under your shoulders. Seal the toes, the heels together. We're pressing the palms to the earth, pressing the forearms to the earth. Looking out. And just visualize your spine as a roller coaster. Your breath riding the spine. Inhale. Pull the breath from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, let that heart sink forward just a little bit. Notice any tension in your jaw. Place that tongue behind your two top front teeth. Soften. And maybe in that third eye center, even placing a vision of what that was when you showed up, your best self. Beautiful. Let's stack the hands, bring the elbows out, put the forehead on the hands, bend the knees, switch side to side. And then come back through center, release the tops of the feet. We're going to bring those elbows back under our shoulders, press the hands together, curl the toes, and come into a modified plank. And this version is actually the version that gets into the core. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Put your knees down. Walk your knees under your hips. Keep your elbows under your arms. Hands pressed together. Curl the toes. Now lift the knees and come into dolphin pose. Bring your knees to the mat. Slide your knees as wide as your mat. And let's come into child's pose. Make it active though. So walk your fingers out like spiders. Wiggle down into this. Once you get your hips nice and sweet, let your head just hang heavy. On an inhale, slide your fingers to your knees. So now you're sitting on your heels. Bring your knees together. And it's uncomfortable, but it's best if you have the top of your foot flat to the earth. If that's very uncomfortable, you can roll up a blanket and slide it right under your ankles. Take your hands to your knees. Close your eyes for a moment. And let's roll those shoulders up, down, and back. Beautiful. Hands back to the knees. We're going to inhale the heart forward. Exhale, round through the spine. Chin rolls down. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. And you can move as fast or as slow as you want to. Beautiful. Come to stillness. Take a deep breath. Lift those arms so that they're at the level of your shoulders. Bend the elbows. Hands are pressing forward. We're just going to inhale, look up, press through the heart. Exhale, round down. Elbows, hands touch. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round down. I don't know about you, but I find I'm on that iPad a lot lately. Trying to keep up, I guess. Not good for the neck, though. This will take all that tension away from all that looking down. Beautiful. Inhale, go ahead and bring the arms back out. Palms are up. Keep breathing. And then let's come to the knees. Let's curl the toes. Let's lift the arms. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring that right hand to the heel. Inhale, back up. And exhale. And inhale. And then inhale, bring the arms up, bring the hands through heart center. Now let's bring the hands to our hips. We're going to look at the front of the mat. We're going to place attention on our right leg, bringing that leg straight forward, not out and around, straight forward. Place it at the front of the mat. If you use blocks, you can place them under your hands. If you have wrist problems at all, the blocks I find are very, very helpful. Go ahead and curl the back toes, lift that knee. Lift your front toes and just keep breathing. We're pulling back a little bit on our right hip. We're even pulling our thighs together, inner thighs. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and walk the blocks around just for fun. Take this to the other side. Marley has gone to Shavasana early. Know that you're welcome to join her at any time. Sometimes I think we need Shavasana more than we need anything else, although the stretch feels great. All right, walk it around just for fun. Let's take both of our hands or blocks inside that front foot, the right foot. Heel that foot all the way to the outside edge of the mat. And then start to bring that knee a little bit open and just rock here. Just massaging the hips. And then maybe finding stillness. You can always put your back knee down. In fact, I suggest you do that just to see if it feels better. Sometimes you actually end up with a better stretch. You can always lift Place the knee down. Just make it your own. Noticing you started thinking again. I am joyful, sparkly, calm. Beautiful. Let's lift up. We're going to walk it around again. Heel toe that feet over. Left foot now to the outside edge of the mat. Bring the knee to fall open. Maybe place the back knee down or not. Just do what you need. You can rock here. And then let's lift up, walk it around again. This time, put the foot in the middle of the mat, come to the toes of the back foot. We're going to inhale, look up and out, maybe bring the back knee to the earth, and then exhale, fold, straightening the front leg. Inhale, bend, knee comes down, and exhale, fold. And as you're folding forward, try to lead with your heart so that your spine doesn't roll down. And as you straighten that front leg, pull back a little bit on your right hip just to get a better stretch. Now let's straighten that front leg. Let's hold here. Slide your hands under your shoulders, pull back on the right hip. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, heart comes forward, chin rolls down. Soften, relax, maybe lift your front toes. Beautiful. Bend the front knee. Bring the back knee to the earth. Get on the flesh above the knee and bend the knee. That's a lot for most people. Or maybe reach back with the right hand and you can catch that ankle. Flex through the foot as you draw in. If your knee's bothering you at all, you can put a blanket under the knee or fold your yoga mat so that it's doubled. So take your time. And gently let that foot go. Lift the knee. We're going to walk around to the back of the mat. There we go. Put that foot in the middle between your hands or your blocks. We're going to inhale here. Maybe put the right knee down, look up and out, and exhale, straighten, just like we did on the front side. Inhale, bend, look up and out, and exhale, straighten. Beautiful. Let's straighten now. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Lift your toes. Pull back on that left hip. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, heart comes forward. Chin rolls down. Just keep breathing. Soften your jaw. Keep that tongue behind your top teeth. Impossible to clench if your tongue is there. Pulling back on that left hip, pushing through that right heel. Beautiful. Bend the front knee. Place the back knee to the earth. And let's go ahead and bend. Like I said before, this is enough for most people. Or reach back with that left hand, get the ankle, flex the foot, and then look back forward. Beautiful. Release that foot. Lift the back knee. We're going to walk it around again. This time, get a little rock going from your back toe. We're going to step forward, standing forward fold. You can bring your blocks in front of you if you like to hold on to something or just touch the earth. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, hinge at the hip creases to let the head hang heavy. And let's take a soft bend to both knees. Now straighten just the right leg. And a soft bend, straighten just the left leg. And now let's just bend both knees. Inhale, look up and out. Exhale, fold more deeply. Bring your hands to your ankles and draw yourself in. And maybe lean into this a little bit so the hips rotate over the ankles. Hands come to the earth, heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. And now just hang heavy. Grab your elbows, be a rag doll, and rock a little side to side. Hands come to the earth, heel toe your feet back together. And then we're going to inhale, come rolling all the way up to standing. We'll inhale, reach up for the sky, look up, open the heart. And then let's go ahead and interlace our fingers, flip your palms. Inhale, exhale to the right. Try to level the energy in your feet. And then inhale, exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Release the hands. Take your energy into your left leg and just bring your right leg up and out. And maybe roll that foot around, little balance challenge here. And then we'll swing over to the other side. And then let's come back to center. Bring your hands down by your sides. I want you to bend your right leg and reach down for the ankle. Lift your left arm in front of you so that the palm's facing down. Find a drishti, find something to stare at that's not moving. Take a big inhale. Exhale, start to bring the knee back as the hand reaches forward. And just keep breathing. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring everything back to the earth. Find your mountain pose. So arms are by your sides, eyes are closed. Settle your breath. Maybe even let it out as tension, stress moves off of you. Energy to the right leg now. Bend the left knee, reach down for it. Find your stability here first. So find that drishti. We just love that word, don't we? Lift your right hand in front of you. And then start to bring the knee back. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. You're at the top of your mat. So now I want you to take your right foot and step it back and then turn wide on your mat. We're going to keep our right foot at a 90-degree angle, straight on. We're going to turn our left foot out that way. Lift your arms. Bend your front knee. When you look down, make sure you see your big toe only. So don't let that knee go in. Bring it out. Arms are at the level of the shoulders, so you can look forward and back to make sure that's happening. And now roll to the outside edge of that right foot. As you're exhaling, draw that navel deep to the back of the spine. This is warrior two. Now inhale, straighten that leg, bring your arms above you, and heel toe your front toe forward. You can go deeper now. And breathe. Pushing through the back edge of that back foot. Place your attention on your palms. Feel the energy there. Place your attention on your heart. Feel the energy there. And do notice if you just drop your hands down, the energy dissipates. Isn't that interesting? Beautiful. Straighten that front leg, hands together. Let's straighten the left foot now. Turn the right foot out. Bend into that knee. Make sure you only see the big toe. Bring the arms. Roll to the outside edge of that left foot. And smile. And just reminding yourself we're moving away from any fear we've been sitting in. We're embracing uncertainty. Straighten that leg, heel toe that foot forward, go deeper. And now in our moment, which is the only moment we're in, we are going to focus on elevating our consciousness. Let your own being be a mystery to you. Start to study yourself. And of course, we're studying the people around us who are truly our mirrors reflecting back to us. Inhale, bring those up. Straighten both feet. And now just bring your arms by your sides. Pause here. Maybe turn your feet out a little bit left and right. Bend the elbows. If ever your arms get tired, just bring them to your hips. Inhale here, exhale, sit down. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And let's exhale, sit down, hold it. And inhale, rise up. Let's bring our hands behind us, interlace them, draw down on the shoulders. We're gonna look up, bend the knees a little bit as you hinge at the hip creases to come forward, drawing those hands off your lower back. Once you get here, you might wanna rock a little. Never feel like you have to straighten your legs, you don't. Let your head be loose and heavy. And then come through center and just kind of sink into this. So even play with how far your feet are together or apart. Even rocking forward and back. Let's bring our hands to our lower back. Roll the shoulders down as the hands come to the earth. Walk the hands out in front of you. We're going to inhale forward onto the tippy toes and then exhale back onto the heels, lifting the toes. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And now exhale back and just act like you're falling backwards, but the sticky on the floor is going to keep your fingers, keep you in place. And then come on forward. Bring your hands underneath you. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hang heavy. Go deeper. Maybe even heel toe your feet out a bit. Now turn your right toes out to the right and just start to sink into the right side. So inhaling, straighten that right leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten and bend. And you'll start to loosen up the inner thigh of the left leg. And bend, slide the hands over. Just go a little bit deeper. Some people lift their toes. Some people can sit all the way down, bringing hands to heart center. I like to teach a nice mixed level class. You know, most of my students are in their 40s. Lots of injuries, accidents, other things going on. A more advanced yogi If you're watching, you know where to take it to the next level. I'm happier here. Beautiful. Let's take it to the other side. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Come on back through center. Now walk the hands to the front of your mat. We're going to step into down dog. Bend your knees, get that tailbone higher. Working to get the elbows a little soft out, left and right. Squeeze your thighs together. Now bring your knees to the earth. Slide your hands to your knees. Come sitting on the heels again. So we're a little loosened up through the thigh, which I'd like to continue. You may need your blanket or your bolster. We're going to take our left leg and we're going to straighten it in front of us. And we're going to slide off the heel of that right leg. And we're going to come sitting just like this. This may be enough for you. If there's discomfort in your knee at all, you need to prop up on your blocks, lift your bottom up. So make all your little adjustments. And then from here, we're just going to start to lean back. And this might be enough for you, just sliding a little bit back. Some people will be able to come down to their elbows. And some people will come all the way lying down. So go where you're happiest. If it feels good to let your head hang back and open up that throat chakra, Vishuddha, sky blue, you can picture it there. It's through our throat chakra that we begin to see truth, see clearly. So maybe you don't know what your best self is. You're still kind of walking around in your mind searching. Just envision a year or 2 years out, you, your best self. What does that look like? Like silly things even. What are you wearing? Where are you? Who's surrounding you? Beautiful. Come on up. And we're going to switch sides. So bring that right leg in front of you now. Bring the left leg behind you. Same process. Now, whatever you did on the other side, you have to do on our limitation. Same process. Just lean back if you can. Maybe let that head go back. You can look to the future a bit, understand the energies on the planets that are coming, but understanding the power of being human is this ability to manifest a future, and we manifest by holding best visions. Beautiful. Come on up. And let's slide that leg back in front of us and bring the soles of your feet to touch now. And place your thumb inside that foot, the center of the foot, folding your feet open like a book, and just massage. Maybe rocking side to side, scooting forward. And then we're just going to inhale forward and exhale round through. And then we inhale forward and just round down. Maybe the elbows rest into the thighs, head can hang heavy. Again, noticing the thoughts, I am. I once went to a workshop. It was a workshop for abandonment. It was really good, very intense. Let's take the left leg in front of us, and we're going to stack the right leg on top. This is called stacking the logs. So when I look down, I'm seeing a triangle. Tough for a lot of people. So if the knee's up, just take your block and put it in between. Or you can sit crisscross applesauce. Flex your feet to protect your knees, lift your hips up, and then you can walk your hands forward. You can even use your block to put your forehead on. And breathe. So I did this workshop, on abandonment, and it was very, very, very intense. It was like a whole week. And the leader, who was a psychologist, the very first day, she had us picture our best self. Picture a place that we could go to when we needed to calm our minds. And, I searched and searched trying to, what is it, some beach bungalow? Like, where am I going to go to? And all I could envision was this beautiful white room, big windows. And I held that vision for like 2 years. Any time I got upset, I just go to that space. Inhale, come on up. Oh, let's switch sides. And again, take the time to get everything lined up. Take the time if you need the block. Flex the feet, lift the hips, place them back down again, and then softly fold. And then it came time to, 2 years later to go house shopping because we needed a different house. And we only looked at 4 houses because the 4th one we walked into was this house. And in this house was that white room that we're sitting in now that I'd been holding visions of. Beautiful window looking out on the woods. Just bright and light and comfortable. So find your best place and put your best self in the future in that place. And that's where we go when we worry or when we become fearful. Beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Oh, that felt so good. Let's move our props, bring our feet to the earth, and we're just going to swish and swish side to side. And then bring those knees down around to the left and just follow them around into a twist. And breathe. And then let's take it on through to the other side. And then let's come on back through. And we're going to come lying down on our backs. You can just pause here for a moment to bring the knees in. Give yourself that little rock again. And then we're going to bring the feet to the earth. And we're going to lift the hips. You can place your block under it, or you can come back into that bridge. Arlie, go sit down. Arms by the sides. And just let your chin tilt up a little bit and make your breath super long and deep in this supported bridge or full bridge. And then let's bring the block down or roll all the way down. You can go into a shoulder stand at this point in the practice. If that's new to you, just take a block or a book or what have you under your tailbone. Bring your feet up to the sky, arms down, palms down, feet are flexed. And this is where you begin with a shoulder stand. Again, we're breathing super long, super deep. If you're in full shoulder stand, make sure you keep your hands connected to your lower back, never looking left and right. Gaze is at the belly or the feet. Beautiful. Bend your knees, feet to the earth. Remove your block if you had one. Again, we bring those knees in, we rock, we squeeze. And then if there's any pose you need before final rest, a lot of times happy baby feels really good. Bring your feet to the sky, holding on to the soles of the feet, bending the knees. Just pulling down. Sometimes it feels good to rock. And then maybe even sliding your fingers, big peace sign fingers to your big toes, thumb into the nail bed. You can straighten your legs here. Inhaling, exhaling to close. Inhaling, wide V. And then let's just bend the knees, straighten the legs, and take your feet as wide as your mat as you're lying down. I'm coming seated just to hold space for you, and Marley, you stay lying down. Bring your arms by your sides, palms up, and just soften through your tongue and soften through your throat. And soften through your chest and your rib cage, and take a big breath in and just let it all go. And do visualize yourself surrounded in golden red light, white light, shimmery light, like a big bubble encasing you. And let this light be light of protection and healing. And just rest and breathe. And slowly start to take a deep breath in, breath out. We're going to wiggle through our fingers, through our toes, maybe rolling our wrists and our ankles. And then drawing your arms up over your head for a big full body stretch, maybe pressing through your feet as you do so. And then bringing your hands to your heart center, rub them together, make some heat. And then take those hands and press them deep into your eyes and bless yourself. And then gently you're going to roll to your right side and you're going to join me back to seated for close. And after we close, I'll stay on because we are live for a little bit if you want to ask me any questions about the practice or yoga or the astrology for today, the new moon. I can answer those. So coming to seated, just noticing how much better you feel. And bring your hands to heart center and let's set the intention for this day, maybe for the week even, to dive deep into this exploration of being your best self, your higher self, your elevated self, and contemplating what that looks like for you. And then searching for the best in the people you live with, the people you're in contact with this week. Everyone is doing their best. Bringing your fingertips to forehead center, bowing in gratitude for this day, for this practice. Thank you for sharing it with me. Namaste. Thank you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm gonna scooch forward and see if anyone has anything they want to share. Oh, it'd be so nice to be in the studio, huh? Where we can actually talk to each other about what's going on. But this is what we're stuck with right now. Let me put my glasses on. Halim says hi. Oh, Dana Reeves is on. She says, my cats crawl all over me when I'm working out on the floor. She's talking about Marley being so sweet. Marley is super, super sweet dog. So if you have any questions, we're live. You can just type it in. See if I can find the card that I pulled. So you can see, boy, he does look like he's carrying a heavy load, but he won. He won the battle, but there's a lot of cleanup to be done. I think that's where we're at in this energy as well. One thing I put out there, to everyone, like not even if you're in Cincinnati, is I'm offering my Elemental Cleanse e-course for free. We're waiting till Friday to kind of get the group together, but I'll put a link, the code. The code is BeWell100, and that'll give you 100% off the e-course. And then I'm going to try to figure out how to use, Zoom so we can come together as needed, like daily or every other day or whatever you need. To support you during the cleanse. And it's a perfect time. Like, what else do we have to do, guys? Lance and I are like, gosh, we need like a project. And I think we're just going to go start digging a hole in the backyard to put a pond in. Like, there's nothing to do because we've already done everything. So now we have to create like some project. And I think that's really healthy for everybody too, is to have a project. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. I'm going to end this, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.